Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature. Shout out to the deep divers. People who write to me saying, Ralph, yes, you are always sharing with people. And I love that. Thank you so much for your videos. They've helped me out. But Ralph, yes, who helps you? If you need anything, don't hesitate to vent to me, to call me, to message me. Thank you so much. I will take your offer up on that, right? If I have to. I love you, deep divers, baby. What you probably have to go through before you find that special someone. Let's just breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Okay, we have a lot to dive into. Is that you out there? Because someone wrote to me saying that, should it be this hard in finding someone special? Like they are going through a lot of trials and tribulations, and sometimes it's beautiful, then it's like this, it's like a wave. We ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? We have a lot to dive into. So, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. 11 things you'll probably go through before finding that special someone. And the first thing is, please, ever seen those doormats? Please leave shoes right here outside. Have you seen these doormats around that say, please leave egos and shoes right here outside? We don't need your ego in here right now. Now, I've spoken about the Coca-Cola relationship being the toxic relationship, which a lot of us find ourselves in. And this is really the karmic relationship where we really learn so much about ourselves and really come to work on ourselves even more, because people highlight what we really need to work on. And the water relationship, which is the more harmonious relationship, and even in that relationship, you are still learning even more about yourself. What happens? Is this you? Is this you out there? When you find someone special, but you realize your ego is just so humongous, it's just so huge right now that it's actually preventing you from connecting with that person. I found along my early journey, like if you want to connect with someone special, you gotta leave your ego outside, because an ego is a 3-letter word that can destroy a 12-letter word called a relationship. Slow motion this side. Doing the little finger roll there. Okay, and I've seen it. There were times along my early journey when I was in my ego. And I realized this actually stopped me from connecting with amazing people or finding someone special. And the moment I began to become more aware of my ego, I started to realize that ego, get outside, right? Had to move more into my heart space, and then I started to connect with someone special. So ask yourself today, are you always living upstairs? Because the ego will trick you into believing that you are someone that you are totally not. It moves you out of your true authenticity. It moves you to become a person who you are not. It moves you into pretending. And pretending is not who we truly are. even though a lot of us are professional pretenders, right? So leave the ego outside. The second thing is this. Before finding that someone special, you will probably go through denial. A lot of us, we found our soulmate, we found our twin flame, but we are in deep denial. It starts like this. Due to past circumstances and situations and past relationships, past interactions and whatnot, you've been hurt. I get it. And you will do whatever you can to not go through that same experience. So, you don't want to feel, but you feel, right? That's the paradox right now. The more you don't want to feel is the more you actually feel. What helped me along my journey was to learn how to feel without being afraid of being hurt. Let me repeat that. Learn how to feel without being afraid of being hurt. Slow motion this side. The people who wear their hearts on their sleeves, right? You might think, oh my gosh, that's so terrible. These are the people, Ralph, that get hurt the most. Not at all. These are the most vulnerable people. They are the most strongest people because it takes more strength to become vulnerable. Through your vulnerability, you will find someone special. The more vulnerable you are and can really just open up to someone is the more you will find someone special. But once again, you got to get through that massive ego of yours. It's hard. Cat down the road. What is it? Hard. Exactly. You just heard it from the cat down the road. What's the third thing you'll probably go through before finding that special someone? I talk of power dynamics, right? And in the Coca-Cola relationship, we are seeing that everybody wants to be in control, okay, in the relationship, in the connection. And it's not going to work like that. You see, someone's got to give. Someone's got to become yielding. Men of power, women of power. You got to go through that first before you find that special someone. I remember when I was working in my first job, I had a girlfriend at the time, and it was beautiful, but I realized my ego was coming into play, and also I was so set on this vision and dream. And that's beautiful. Ladies out there, listen very closely. You may be dating a guy, and a lot of women write to me every single day saying that my guy isn't showing me enough attention. I'll do a video on that. But ladies, let me just simplify it for you. This is because you are dealing with a man of power who is set on his vision, who is set on fulfilling a dream. Until he does that, he won't give you 100% attention. Guys, same thing. If you are dealing with a woman of power, a very ambitious woman, same thing. And I realized that the more I was fulfilling the dream, what we call self-actualization, I could now connect with someone special. Why? Because I was investing 100% of my energy into that connection. You see, you might be with someone right now who's saying, oh, I love you. But at the same time, in their own lives, they haven't made anything of themselves. They know this subconsciously, so they can't give you everything. When they have started to work on their dream a bit more, then you will find, and you are as well, the water relationship will start coming into fruition a whole lot more. So you have to go through that. Men of power and women of power. And you have to actualize. What's the fourth thing? 7-day vegan challenge. A lot of people are saying, Ralph, it's changed my life. That's beautiful to hear. At least be on the same food page. Can we at least be on the same food page? Because I realized I had to go through that before I really found someone special. Because my whole life I was just connecting with people and they were special. But you see, as we change, the types of people we meet also changes. Slow motion this side. As we change, the types of people we meet also changes. As you change your food diet, the types of people you meet will also change. I've been a vegan for over 12 years. Because of that, I've met entirely different people. And a lot of us don't realize that food and love go together. Like Tom and Jerry. We don't realize that I meet people, and I met someone a long time ago who was she was a raw foodist. I said, here's some orange juice. She's like, it's pasteurized. I said, what? She wouldn't drink it. I respected that. Being on the same food page is key. I love animals. Over 500,000 animals are killed every single hour in the United States of America. We got to do better than that. I played my part. Now, if I see someone else who holds the same sentiment, who shows the same care of the same care and love for animals, we're going to get along just fine, right? So ask yourself, are we both on the same food page? Because if you're not, it's going to be very hard to have a deeper connection with that person. The fifth thing you'll probably have to go through before finding that special someone is to make priorities. Prioritize, right? Make them a priority. A lot of us, we have a lot of priorities. We don't have a priority. And I realized this along my early journey. We get caught up. You see, a lot of us, we're going through so many things. I'm going to do another video on twin flames and soulmates. But a lot of us, we get caught up in the whirlwind of what we call life. That 4-letter word, which is pretty much like a roller coaster ride. And it's beautiful, it's fantastic. But a lot of us, we have so many different obligations every single day. Certain people are studying. They got a lot of exams to think about. Certain people are working in jobs where they don't even have time for themselves, let alone someone special. Now, that was me along my early journey. I used to work long hours, what I call the vampire shift. Where are my fangs right now, right? Had no time for even myself, let alone to connect with someone in a special way. And then I started to free up more time. I started to scratch my head and say, wait a minute, what is most important, Ralph? Then I said, okay, I get it. Health, love, happiness, family. Health, love, happiness, family. Health, love, happiness, family. You get it, right? That's so important. But you see, up until that point, I used to make other stuff my priorities, like how other people would see me and all of this irrelevant stuff. Then I started to put connecting with someone special on the priority list, right? So you got to ask yourself, is that a priority for me? Because a lot of us, we say it is, but our actions don't prove that. We say it is, but we don't invest in that. We say it is, but we haven't created a lifestyle around that to make it important to us. I had to do that. People say, Ralph, you're always sharing videos. I say, yeah, but guess what? I'm living the dream, right? I just have to make a video a month and I'm good, set for life. But I love to do this. So I've got time for health, love, happiness, and family. That's what you have to realize before you connect with someone special. Number 6, okay, talking of priorities, compromise, right? Work together. We got to come to what I call the water relationship agreement, where we say, okay, you see, do you want to know what makes the water relationship flow so beautifully? Like this, like that, right? Because Coca-Cola relationship is like, no, I'm not playing a game right now. No. Okay? Just flow, water relationship. It's because people work things out. It's a give and take. They're like, okay, you've got to do this. Okay, I get it. Let's work together. Coca-Cola relationship, the toxic relationship, is all about absolutes, right? If I don't have it this way, well, it's not going to work. That's why it becomes very toxic. Water relationship, once again, is very yielding. It's flexible. Meaning, if two people are connecting together and one person has to work, even if it's long hours, they'll say, okay, let's make a day for ourselves where we just hang out. They work together, therefore it becomes more flowing. So that's what I realized I had to go through before connecting with someone special. And that's what will play out in all of our lives. Learning how to work things out instead of just being so rigid and so absolute and so definite. Okay, well, if I don't have it this way, then it's over. It's not going to work. Gotta be flexible. Show me some yoga right now, right? Flexible. What's number 7? To learn how to appreciate someone. Now, a lot of the times we don't appreciate people until they are no longer there. That was me along my early journey. I had to realize that. And that's what you might have to go through before you find that someone special, to actually appreciate them when they are there, right? And appreciation can be done in many ways. I say daily watering is a great way. Now, if you don't water something, it begins to wither away. I had to realize that appreciation is the glue that holds people together, period. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's your husband, your wife, right, your children, the cat down the road, we love you. Deep divers, say we love you to the cat down the road right now. Okay, thanks. It says thanks, right? Great. Appreciation is the glue that holds relationships together, friendships together, family and friends together. And you got to really realize the importance of appreciating someone. Number 8, what you have to go through, this is a huge one, is trust. Trust means to love, actually, right? If there is no trust, there is no love. You see, before we can actually find that someone special, what I had to realize along my early journey was that you got to really trust that person. But before you can trust that person, you got to start trusting yourself. You got to realize the greatest relationship you can have is with yourself. I trust myself. Therefore, if I'm connecting with someone, I've got to trust them too. And I can do that because I'm so confident in who I am. To trust means to be confident, from the Latin confidere. We'll come to that later. So before you find that someone special, you got to be confident in yourself. You got to be confident, because if you aren't, insecurities start arising. You start, once again, living in the ego mind. You start living in the ego mind, which is one of fear, doubt, and disbelief. The water relationship is about wholehearted trust. Not that you have to be a doormat, not that you have to be someone who turns a blind eye, but it's someone who respects someone enough to say, look, I trust you. You got this? You got it. You got it. You got it. Great. Okay? It is flowing. It is not possessive. It is kind. It is not going to put you in a cage. It sets you free. When you trust someone, they respect you even more. And they open up to you even more. Slow motion this side. When you trust someone, they respect you more and they open up to you even more. Number 9, communicate. Talk to me. A lot of people break down the lines of communication. And what you may have to go through before finding that someone special is to open up the lines of communication. Certain times we block people when we are angry. We say, I never want to talk to you. But deep down, we actually do. We actually love this person, but our ego has got in the way. And this ego will convince you that you're doing the right thing. Oh, you just fell over. I told you. Right? So I had to learn along my early journey, you got to open up the lines of communication to connect with someone special. You got to be able to talk to them, call them, and meet them physically. And also, just to realize that even if you can't meet them, talk to them, call them. If you can't do that, write them a letter, text them, right? Do whatever you can to keep the lines of communication open and to show them how much they really matter to you. No relationship is perfect. You know, there's this meme which there's an old couple and they're like, how did your relationship last for 70 years? And they're like, because we're from the age where if something was broken, you didn't throw it out, you fixed it. Okay. Number 10, be silly, right? When you are silly around someone, you start finding someone special. If you can't become silly around someone, it's going to be very hard. Before you find that someone special, you're going to have to be very vulnerable. You're going to have to be very silly. Have you ever been around someone where you're just saying stuff and you're like, I don't care because I know this person is not going to judge me. They're not going to hold it against me. Okay, and that's what I started to see along my early journey, that look, if you are around someone where you can just totally open up, you're both silly to each other, okay, then that's a very, 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 very special person. But if you can't do that, you're going to have to go through the silly phase. Right? The silly phase. That's right. Get silly. And number 11 is what I call, you may have to go through the consciousness page, right? Are you both on the same consciousness page before you meet that someone special? You see, a lot of us, we're living in this 3D on a very surface level. And there's not anything you can do about if someone else is on that level, of a very surface level. We are talking about past lives from previous incarnations. There are no accidents in this dimension. Whoever we are connecting with, we've either known in a past life, they're here to help us assist us in this incarnation. So what I started to realize is that the more I connected with someone on the same page, the more this person, I saw how special they were, right? But if both of you are on different consciousness, which means awareness pages, it's going to be very difficult. So just remind yourself before you find that someone special, become more aware of who you are. That will give you more clarity of what you actually want in your life. Become more aware of who you are, and that will give you more clarity of what you are worthy for in your life. Have a beautiful day. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We're out here in nature, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. You!